Hi, this is Saul with 4Leaf Labs, and in this video I will show you how to set up your Orderspoon Online Orders for your Clover point-of-sale system from scratch. This video will consist in a two-part setup, starting with how to set up your online store, for which we need you to be at your desktop computer, or if you have any device that has access to a web browser, that will work just fine. And the second part will be about setting up your Clover machines and your Clover printers, so we will need you nearby or at your restaurant so we can make you able to receive those orders. Okay, let's start with the first part. For that, we will need you to visit our official page, 4leaflabs.com, and once you are there, we will explore a bit, go into the products and home menu, then Clover POS and Orderspoon. We will scroll down a bit until we reach the How to Get Started section and click on the Clover App Market link. This will redirect you and guide you through our app market page. If you're already logged in, you will see this button that says Open App as Connect. So once you click on Connect, you will have to select one of the plans that we manage. There are just 3 plans. Basic plan, that is a pay-per order or on-demand orders, you pay 79 cents per order, and the other 2 are for monthly fees, plus the pay-per order that is much less than the basic plans. This will depend completely on the volume you manage. It is more volume conscious as you go up. There is no binding contract here. You can just switch between plans whenever you need it. And once you select one of these plans, you will enter to our 30-day free trial. That, remember, is the whole month that you can try and receive actual orders and see how you fare. And then this little button that says Connect will change to the Open App that I showed you first. And we will just click on Open the app. This will sync all your Clover inventory and information into our new store. In this case, we call this the merchant dashboard, and you will be able to set up your store from here. Normally, when this is your first time installing Orderspoon, you will start with a quick start wizard, which will help you to set up the most basic features so you can start taking orders. We will start with setting up your store. That is actually just the last part of the URL. The URL or the link is actually us.orderspoon.com/yourstore/slug. That's how this last part is called. So this link will help you or will serve you for websites, buttons, QR codes, etc. So this is just a very useful tool just to have it ready right now. And for future references, you can always use the same link. Remember that if you change the slot, you will have to change everything else on your website, Yelp, Google My Business, because the link will change where your store is located. Now let's change it to configure your pickup order. In this case, this is the default service that will provide us an online order. There's delivery, there's QR code ordering, there's room service, but this is just a default in case you want to offer this at first. So it is enabled in my case as I'm offering takeout first. And we will start with receipt title. Receipt title is just the way the orders will be printed in your Clover stations, and this is just an indicator, a little kind of way to recognize an online order. That's why I used ONL. And if you roll out numbers, every order will come as ONL 001, ONL 002, and on. The fee name, fee type, and fee, we spoke about this in our introduction, and this is because maybe you should be rewarding the effort that you are doing for putting all of this together. So an online service fee is something very common, a very common practice. So you can add an extra income to every single order that you are that you're receiving from your customers. So in this case, let's say that I'm paying for the basic plan, that is 79 cents per order, and maybe I can add a fee of 80 cents. So I will compensate for the expenses that way. It's a very nice way to cover some of the expenses and also rewarding your own effort on making this happen. And this will apply for pickup, delivery, contactless dining, and other services that you could provide under Orderspoon. There is a way to add an name that is very specific. Or for example, maybe you have a paperback tax. In some states, that's something that's happening, and maybe this is expense that you really need to take care of. So you can add this as a fixed or as a percentage amount, and this will be the fee percentage or amount in dollars that will be charged to your customers for every single order. Minimum order will be to filter out certain orders that maybe are too small for you to attend, or maybe they are not worth it to pass through your online ordering system. This is something that you should consider as you know your business in this case. So in my case, I will not want to have a filter, so I will just leave it at 0. But if you put $50 every time I order something, it will remind me that I'm not reaching this minimum, so I cannot place it until I reach the minimum. Average preparation time is just a very basic preparation time that you can have for every single order. There are many ways to add more time as multiple custom prep times, and also a dynamic preparation time, or how many people can order during a time slot. But this is something that we will discuss further. So for now, I will just use the 30 minutes because I think it's very basic. And on the right, we will have the schedule or working hours. Normally, this will take your hours from your business account, but in my case, I already modified everything and I already have my schedule completed. In this case, you will notice that I have 2 days here with a different time interval. So you can always make as many slots as you want. And this will count for a lunch break in my case. It is 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So I have an interval in between where I'm not working and my store is not accepting orders during that time. So this is a good way to adapt your business, whatever kind of restaurant it is, or maybe it is a bakery, maybe something that takes more shifts or less shifts, or it is an evening shift. So you can make it work the way you want with this many slots. Let's continue. And now we have our notification system here. We manage SMS messaging and emails. We always recommend emails just because willing to emails because you won't have problems with your carriers. Your carriers can block our SMS messages at any time if they perceive it as some kind of spam. So it is always recommended to have one email enabled just to make sure that every notification is coming through. And the SMS messaging, it's really nice too. You can filter out certain orders. Maybe it is a very huge order that you want to be overlooking, or you want to be overlooking, and you have the pickup and delivery filters here. So you will only receive pickup orders above $100. So you don't have to receive every single notification from every single order. Let's continue. And we're almost there. In this case, we need to fill out a form with our contact information, be it from a training or schedule a training. If you don't want to go through the whole process, this is where you can decide to continue or not with our video. You can always schedule a call with us, with our customer team, or you can go and just use our Google form and just fill your information with your number, email, and primary contact info, just because we need to have a clear channel of communication here, as we have more recommendations or more concerns about your store not being finished or having some issues. We will need this contact information to make sure that things can go through smoothly. And then we just complete this option. And you can call us, or you can open your dashboard to start setting all by yourself. Let's go to the open dashboard to start this process. Now that you click on open dashboard, you will be welcome to your merchant dashboard. So here it's where you will be able to modify every single aspect of your online ordering. So let's talk about the interface first. There are 3 buttons on the top right corner of your screen, where it says Open Store, Sync, and Exit buttons. So Open Store will be really useful for you to check on the changes that you made and see if they are reflected or applied already. Sometimes this could take a little bit of time or just some refresh attempts, because browsers normally store a lot of memory and tend to kind of reflect a saved or kind of a history version of your browser. So sometimes you will need to refresh a bit and it should reflect your changes, or you can open an incognito window and paste your link there to make sure that the changes were applied, as in this example. So you make sure that the changes are there. Right now I had no changes made, so let's move into the next button here, that is the sync button. The sync button will work out for me in case I made changes on my Clover station but I don't see them reflected on my customer side. I will just need to click on the sync button, and things like whole maybe a price change for all the items or a complete overhaul of my inventory should be reflected after you click on the sync button. And the exit button is just for me to log out. In this case, I won't be logging out. I want to show you the rest of the features. So let's move into the next block. The center piece that you have here, the center of the screen, can be ignored for now because everything is on the sidebar on the left. So these are all the listed features that we have, and we will be going from top to bottom, starting with the two stores that we manage, that is the regular store and the catering store. If you notice, the regular store will start with us.orderspoon.com, and there's a catering store. There's a complete separate store. This was made specifically for catering users or people that want to offer a different service or just have two different stores on the same place. So this is very useful for people that needs more flexibility or needs different timings for scheduling or different ordering ahead setups. So in this case, if I open my store, you will see here that it says catering.orderspoon.com, making it a complete different page from my regular store. Let's go back, and now let's go through business info and on. Starting with business info, it's just the info on display on your customer side. In this case, my address and phone numbers. My address will be directing people to a Google Map location, and my phone number will open their phone applications to make a call. So we will be, we should be making sure that everything is correct under the business info. If I modify this, I'm still on the catering side, so I will just change this to a regular side. Sorry, and I'll put here, do not change a thing, please, and see how this reflects on my side. Open store. It reflected immediately. That's great. So let's go back. Let's go to the settings, starting with the general settings here. We already set up our store slug, that is the URL, and we know here we can copy the URL or just copy the QR code here if we want people to scan it. This will work for buttons, etc. We already spoke about this on the quick wizard. And let's go to the publish button here. Publish is only affecting our own search engine, that is us.orderspoon.com, so people can look for your store here. And in my case, that I know the zip code that I want to find out, I will have all the stores related or on the same area. In this case, all of them have the button turned on. If not, they won't be showing up here. Now, accept orders is basically your master button to accept orders or not. If I open my store, you will see that there's nothing indicating that I'm not receiving orders, so I can place any order and go to the checkout and add to cart, etc. If I turn this off, sorry, let me just turn this on. Okay, let me just update. Okay, there it is. Not accepting orders now. I won't be able to place an order. I won't be able to use the card even though I'm complying with the required sites. I won't be able to do a thing here. So this means that they are not accepting orders. You can also turn this on and off from your Clover Station app. Because we have an app on your Clover Station for controlling Orderspoon, some buttons are synced with the features, so this is a really nice way for you to control it if you don't have access to a web browser, or you don't have a phone, or you're just too busy to, or your employees need help with this. Guest order and guest order only are for people who do not have an account with Orderspoon. They can order without having to go through any signing process. This is really nice. Most people have this enabled because they want to reach as many clients as they can. So this is great for you to not hinder them from ordering on the restaurant. We always recommend to have this turned on so you don't have problems with people or problems with logging, because that could happen that people do not know their emails. So this is a good way to keep customers good, all right? So let's go to the guest order only. This just eliminates the requirement of having an account completely. So there won't be any signing button. Just let's just click here and let's go to incognito, just because the memory is playing tricks with me, and there is no signing button here. It's just a card. So this could be really useful for specific situations where you just want guest orders. But if you want other features like loyalty, you will actually need to have a login so we can store information on their orders. So this will depend completely on what kind of customers you have, as you know that already. So let's move into the next options here, that is verify customer and send code to phone only. This will help you to kind of prevent people, or at least to lower the chances for getting a fraud order or getting chargebacks, as you will need to verify the customer is actually a customer. You can do this simply with email if you have this turned on, or if you have this checked, you will have to prove that their phones can receive SMS messages. This generally can be omitted with fake phone numbers, but in our case, we're able to identify those, and they won't be able to place an order because the codes won't reach their phones or their fake phones. Now we have group order. This is a very nice way to save time for groups like students, hospitals, or office teams that want to order all together in just one place. If you go to the group order option, you will be able to create a group order. For that, you will need to log in. I'm already logged in. So again, there are some features that will require you to log in, of course, so we can store this information. And you can set up a limit. There is no limit. There's a $20 limit, depending on who's paying for all the orders. Let's create a group order, and this is the link that you can share with other people on WhatsApp, online, and yeah, any other application you want, so people can get in an order. So I will just open a new window here, and I will try to place an order as a member of this group. Let's fill up. Let's just select mac and cheese. And I will finish my order. Yes, I'm done with my order. And now if I order something here too, I will see my strawberry toast, and I will see the fried chicken steak for my member number 1. And I can keep going with member number 2, member number 3, and pay for them at checkout. And this will be also reflected on your printed receipt. I can place my order and leave a tip that is enabled, or pay online with a debit card or the credit card. So for now, let's just skip this part and let's go back. Now we have show popular items. Show popular items will create an automatic category for all the items that were the most common or most ordered from a certain period of time. That could be 1 month, or it could be during the whole year. For now, this is not modifiable. We just have this kind of automatic sync with our most ordered items. But right now it won't show anything on my site just because I don't have actual items to be ordered, or at least I don't have a frequency that will be enough to make this content possible. So I would recommend using this in case you want to show certain items, but you can also promote them like this on our suggestions for you that are automatically created whenever you place your order. You can see some of the recommendations of these. So for now, let's just leave it as that. Show popular items is very useful depending on the situation that you want to promote. Yeah, just some items or the others. But track stock is a feature that is very complex. This will depend entirely if you already know about the track stock on Clover. If you have very limited inventory and you need these items to be out of the store whenever you reach a certain amount. In this case, the quantity threshold is 2. If you have less than 2 of a certain item in your inventory, this item will just remove itself automatically. But this needs to be set up on your Clover first, so we can keep track of the numbers that you have on your Clover account. This would require a different video just to make sure that everything is set up correctly if you're interested in the track stock feature. I will turn it off for now because this will mess up with my whole menu, because if I have negative numbers, it will close all my items or all my menus. Now let's go to allow future order and future order late limit and print the future order that are feature set for ordering ahead. So people can actually schedule orders for future. In this case, if I go back to my ordering platform, let's go back. Let's schedule for, first let me cancel my group order. Let's select Wednesday, 4:40. Oh yeah, I did the track stock thing and it just removed everything. Let me just refresh. Oh, it is turned on, sorry. If this is not working, we can just go and use an incognito window. Oh, there it is. It's just my cache. Sometimes that could play tricks with you, so don't panic, just try to use a different window. Now let's go to my orders, and this time I will schedule an order. Okay, let's schedule an order. Wednesday, no, let's take it for Sunday, 5 p.m. Set my order time. And I can check out, and I will have 2 different things happening. Print the future order will allow me to print the order at the moment I place my order. That means if I place my order right now, it will print on my Clover stations. But if I have this turned off, the order will print just 30 minutes, as I stated on my preparation time, just 30 minutes before the ETA. That means that before 5 p.m., that means 4:30 p.m., I will have my order printed on my kitchen and I will start preparing it. So you can decide if you will risk yourself accepting an order for a future order to print at the same time if it's for 7 days from now on, and keep it on my kitchen will be really hard. Or you can decide to print them just at the moment they are required to be printed. So this is a very nice feature that you can use to limit how many orders and how you will organize your orders with your kitchen staff. And also future day limit here will let you know or will allow your customers to order as for many days as you want virtually, but let's just select 60 days and open my store. And I will be able to select 60 days from today and be able to schedule an order. So this is a very, very flexible kind of feature that you can also mix within your preparation times and your schedules on holidays to have a very complex system in cases that you need them. So there's a lot of scenarios that we work with that actually make use of everything that we have in our arsenal. So whenever you have, or if you need something, you can create your own scheduling or as complex as you want it here. So that's really nice because you have control, or you can translate your timings in this case to our platform. Now we have pay later only, and pay later limit. This feature set is for paying in cash. That means that you will pay upfront. You will receive the order printed, and it will say and will state that it's not paid, by the way, but having this order, you will know that people coming will pay in cash. So you can limit how much they will pay, or if you only will accept cash payments. In this case, if I activate pay later only, I will be only able to pay in cash. So if I go through my order, let's activate this and go to the checkout, there's only pay later. There's no credit card option. And if I put a limit here, I can limit how much people can spend, keeping in mind that you could have people not coming to the store and you already prepared the order. So you will have to compensate for those losses. So I will have a $20 limit to accept cash payments. So I will just accept orders under 20 with this kind of payment. So if I leave it as is, and I go to, let's go through the checkout again. This time I will take over 20 and go through the checkout. Just let me check that this is saved already. As it says, this does not apply if you're only accepting pay later. So I have to remove the pay later only and go back. Now it is not letting me to place an order because I'm over the $20 limit that I set for myself. But I can pay it if I select to use a credit card. It's just letting me using credit card here. Now let's go again through the checkout. And it's letting me put an order without limits because I have pay later only. So this is a thing that you can play with. So you can have two payment methods or limit one, or have just one of them too. And there's the redirection. Whenever I finish paying, I will have a redirect URL that I will go after a few seconds. And it should take me to my website. In this case, you can put whatever URL you want. So I'll just wait a bit. And it will take me to my page, or at least the page that I specified. So this is really nice in case I want people to know about my website or my social media, etc. Now let's go through the notification system. You already know this one. We walked you through on the quick wizard. Let's go to the tips. You can enable tips for your pickup, delivery, or contactless dining, and this is at the bottom of the checkout options. So if I go again to my store and quickly go and place or try to place an order, I will have the option to tip at the end. I can select, as a customer, I can select what kind of tip I want to leave and the amount here if there is no default that I want to agree on. You can enable tips for delivery, pickup, and contactless or QR code ordering. On the printer settings here, I recommend you to have all of these turned on. Do not turn them off, please. All these options are just for us to manage, or in case you already know how this works. If you already set up your printers and you know exactly what you're doing, you can turn off some of them to limit which orders will be only for email notifications and which orders you will want to print under kitchen. Cuisine is just a tag system that works for our own search engine that I showed you just a few minutes before. So this is just affecting your business in our search engine. You can select whatever you want here. People looking for American food will be able to filter out all the restaurants on the same area and pick the ones that are tagged American food. In analytics, this is an advanced feature. If you already have a Google Tag Manager or if you have Facebook Analytics, you can just paste your tag here and you will make use of all the people that is coming through Orderspoon, age average, what kind of devices they use, and all the visits that you receive within our page. You will be able to take all those statistics and make use of them for your marketing, SEO, etc. So this is a very advanced kind of feature that you're free to use. Tax settings and payment settings are only for our standalone. If you don't want to work with any POS system, be it Square or Clover, you can always have our standalone version of this application, and we will make sure that you have a tax setting and a payment with any other processor, or at least the processor we currently have, like SumUp, like Stripe or Square Payments, to make sure that all your orders go through and you can have these transactions approved. And the last one here on the general settings would be the rewards. Rewards here are very simple to manage. You will notice that if I open my store, I already have a rewards button here. This is for every single person ordering with an account. That means that they need to log in or they need to register into an account to be able to see this. And they will be able to claim their rewards. So here, every single dollar spent will give your customers a point. So if they spend $100, they will have 100 points available. You can decide what those points mean for them. If they reach 200 points, they will have a free item, or they will have a percentage or an amount discount for their next orders. So that's something that they can reclaim and you can modify. For now, it is as simple as $1, 1 point, but we can modify it in the future depending on your requests and your feedback. So you just need to turn this on, create a new reward, free item, or 50% discount, type discount. You can set a fixed amount or a percentage. In this case, I will like the percentage to make it match to my name, and it will require you to have at least 50 points. That completely depends on what kind of volume and what kind of the amount of the orders that you normally accept, to make this harder or more rewarding in case that people want to reclaim the rewards. So maybe if you accept very big orders from the beginning, 50 points will be really easy to reach. So in this case, I already have 63 points here on my user, and I can select it for a free fried chicken or to use it for a 50% discount. So let's go to my checkout page. Let's select something. Avocado toast, chicken fried steak. Oops, I have to enable this. Let's go to the checkout, And before placing my orders, I will claim my reward. And now my whole order is discounted at 50%. So this is great. I can have as many discounts on rewards as I want. You can set them up and keep adding them. And it's something that you don't need from a third party, so that makes it a great value, because you don't need to have a third party app like almost every single merchant does right now. Like, they need to install a different app with a different pricing. You can have all of this on our same application. Now we will move into order types. Order types are what kind of services can you provide in your online ordering service. Most of them are internal, but things like pickup that we already set up are things that your customers will know you have on your online store. We already set this one up using our quick start wizard. The only thing missing in the discussion was what about the preparation times? Right now we have a preparation time of 30 minutes. But that could not be enough for the whole week. Maybe there are very busy days that you will need higher time for waiting. So custom prep time that is just below will help you achieve that. So right now we have set up 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. It will use a 60-minute prep time. That means that it will override your base prep time and use this one instead. And the same applies if you have different schedules or intervals during the day. If I also have Sunday from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. and evenings are slower, I can use another or a different preparation time. So you can stack multiple preparation times here and use them as you see fit, of course. There are other options we can discuss about dynamics. So right now, this will be the end of the pickup settings. We will move into curbside. Curbside is a complement for people to know where to take out their orders without contact. Of course, if you have very strict measures, this will help a lot, as you will receive all this information through your printers and on your ticket or your kitchen display, and you will be able to discern and how to tell where is your customer and what's gonna do and how to identify him. So let's see on the customer side how this works. If I go to my checkout, I will have this as an extra set of instructions here down the store instructions. So I will see I want a curbside pickup, and you will just need to enter your vehicle make, model, and color in other instructions that you want to set up. Once you're done, you can call the store, or this will be printed at the moment you place your order to your kitchen or your receipt printer, and you will know exactly what to do. Now we will move into the delivery type of order. So here you will have a different system. It shares some of them, like the schedule. The schedule is completely different from what you have in pickup. So you can have two different times, one for pickup and one for delivery, because we know staffing could be tricky, or there's just definitely not enough availability for delivery as it is for pickup. So you can set a different schedule or working hours here, and have a different preparation time, and have your own custom preparation times too. Now, the only thing that changes here is how will you set up your in-house delivery. And this is specifically for in-house delivery. So you can manage it by zones, or you can manage them by radius. Radius are very easy, using your main address as a reference. So you have 2 miles, 5 miles, and you can specify a minimum, and you can specify a fee for those depending on the effort that will require to reach a certain places. Or you can be more specific and use zones. In this case, we have 2 zones that we can see here. One is delivery far and delivery near. So you know exactly where is your reach on a certain area, and you can put here what it would be the fee like for those locations. So delivery near, that is the one in the center, is $5 fee and a $20 minimum, so the effort is worth it. And also there is far, that is a way larger area to cover, but the fee is $10 and the minimum order is $50. So you can set this up if you have your own in-house delivery and make it work. But if you're not interested, or you just don't have the time, or you don't have staff to cover in-house delivery, you can always secure into our DoorDash delivery program that is literally just filling a form. And once you fill this form, we will enable this feature for you. And it's basically DoorDash for free without the 30% cut, because the one that will be paying for the DoorDash delivery is your customer as a normal delivery fee. And it's a fixed amount for a 5-mile coverage, something negotiable with a DoorDash folks. DoorDash will contact you specifically just to collect the fees that were involved in or just included in the invoice of every single order that you had with DoorDash. But this is very easy. You will have a dasher assigned for every single order you receive, and this dasher has to comply with their own service level agreement on 100% of deliveries should arrive to their rightful place. So this is a very easy way to get DoorDash without having to pay the 30% or having to pay anything at all. And you will also be able to reach more customers. Or if you already have DoorDash, you can just save all that money. You can just turn this on, and that's it. And set the tip that you want to share with the dashers. This is specifically for the dashers. There is nothing for DoorDash itself, but this is completely up to you how you want to share the tip with your DoorDash folks. So I'll open the store. And this DoorDash delivery will override the delivery that you already have. The normal delivery will look more like this. Let me just show you this first. I would just wanted to go with DoorDash, but let me open store. This is for in-house. It will take some time to update, so let me just refresh it again. Okay, now I have my normal delivery. I'll use an address I already copied. Let's use a new address. This is here. Just for you to see where it is. So I'm already here, and my actual address is around here in the Neon Museum. Just as a reference, it should be around here. But I set up my zones, so I just want to make sure that I'm actually respecting my zones, that is near and far. So let's take a look here on the address that I put. Should be after all those roads. So this is my location. So that means that my location should be classified as a far zone and should charge me $10 and ask for a minimum order of $50. So let's see how that goes. I'll confirm my address. And yeah, it is asking me to complete $27 more to be able to place my order. This is counting some discounts that we did before. So just clear them up. Let's take another order. $36. Let's select my delivery address again, just to make sure. And there is a $14 missing order. So let's just complete this by taking this. But as you see, it classified me as a far zone address, that is this area. So this is good. It means that it's respecting me, respecting what I set up, and the delivery fee that is $10 will be adding up at the checkout page. So we already have my total. I can use my reward again for 50% discount. And my discount is applied already. So this is all working on top of each other. So this is really nice to see. Now let's go to the DoorDash delivery to see how it works. I already turned on my DoorDash delivery. So let me just clear my cart. I have to update this until it shows me the DoorDash. It's a bit different. Oh, it's not enabled. I'm sorry. That's my fault. We have to make sure that everything is turned on correctly. It will take time. Again, this is a problem with my browser. Okay, there it is. My delivery now updated to a DoorDash delivery. So I'll be able to select a date and time that is respectful of what I have as my working schedule and actual future deliveries too. So let's see, Wednesday, 11:03 p.m. I will enter my address and my apartment floor and get an estimation of how long it will take for me to actually have this delivered. So this is one of the fixed amounts. It will depend on the state you are. It really could vary depending on where you are. But in this case, this is my fixed fee. So that means that if I place my order, I will have already an assigned DoorDash or Dasher to deliver this to me. So it's 100% safe, honestly. We never had any issues with this integration, and it's been more than 6 months since we got them. So this is a really excellent way to start or deliver service without having that big chunk of revenue being cut from us. And there is other 2 order types. So we cover pickup, we cover delivery, and now we will need to cover QR code ordering and room service. We'll have separate videos for those, so I'll try to go very short here. But contactless dining, as I explained, has a floor plan and will let you scan code by code per table. So every time I open a code, it will take me to that specific table for me to add all my orders on. I can keep this open. If I have this turned on, I can keep my tables open or I can keep my tables closed. That means that every time I have to place an order, this will actually charge me for them. So instead of charging every single time I place an order, I will prefer to have this turned on. So my table will just continuously take my orders and my batch of orders until the service ends and charge me at the very end of it, like an actual dining service. There's also a setup here for auto close tab after 1 hour if your customer is inactive or if you feel that they will walk off or and not pay for it. What our system does is that it will push the payment through the credit cards. Now, for using contactless dining, it is 100% required that they use a credit card to start their table order, because that way we can ensure that nothing will be missing and we can charge the customer even though they have not paid or they walked out or if they are just idle or not ordering. So it's a safe way to make sure that your payments get out. When you go to the checkout, you will have the option to go ahead and open a table or to pay for the whole service. For this service, we will have a more detailed video. So just wanted for you to know that you can offer contactless dining and it's all included within your subscription right now. Basic subscription could change anytime soon, so I'll recommend trying it out as soon as you can. You can always create tables. In this case, we could create tables for a bar, for garden, inside, and any other space you want, as long as it is a unique QR code attached to that space. That's all you need to make all your orders go through. Now, the room service works almost the same as the QR code ordering, but this is more focused for buildings. So you will have a building, floor, and room entry. So you will have very specific setups that you want to have. For example, it will be the same an ER service than a radiology service on a hospital, or maybe on a hotel, or maybe on a school or a campus. So there's many ways you can use this, and it is really flexible. This room service will be attached to a pricing that is different and actually will have their own application in the future. So this will be an add-on for your services. This is very customizable and very useful for any kind of service that you want to provide, even QR code ordering on a table. So we will skip this part, and actually we will have a video only talking about room service that we can clarify some of your questions, or you can call us at any time too. And we will move on into the rest of the settings. So we will start with the interface. Interface will help us to change the visuals of our customer site. Right now, if we go to the top right corner and open store, you will see some of the visuals here. That will be the navigation icon here, the navigation bar on the top, and the logo and the header that is just behind this, and also some of the accent colors that we have here. That is almost, it is red, almost pink. So let's go and modify those. For now, that's the only modifications we can do. We plan on having different templates and other aesthetic options, but for now, this is all we have because we are ADA compliant, and we make sure that not a lot of the things that are customizable here are readable for people with disabilities. So this is very important, as things like navigation bar and others are just some aesthetic options. They do not affect voice agents or any other kind of tool that could work for people with disabilities. So we will start seeing which modifications we can do here. Navigation bar, as I mentioned here, should be here at the top and on this side of the bar. So the nav logo will go on the top left, and we will use an icon from Facebook. So we will want to add there a link that will take people to Facebook. So there's an option to add the link. I will add my link here, and people will have to press on that call to action or that icon to make it work. So I will just save it for now and see if the changes reflected right now. If I go to the top left, I will see my Facebook icon, and if I press on it, it will take me to my Facebook page. So this is great if you want people to know that you have social media, or if you want them to press on that button, you can create a call to action graphic and use a link that they will go to. So let's move into the next one. That will be the navigation background. That is this part that is animated. You can use GIF, PNG, or WEBP, or whatever format that is compatible with websites will also show up on your store. In this case, I use a GIF, so I will just change it. And I will use a graphic that I already have here and save it. Now let's see how this will reflect on my website. And I have a really nice graphic with a blur that I already prepared. So you can add whatever you need here, except that you will need to comply to certain specifications. Sometimes they won't be as clear, as there's a lot of variation between images and how to edit them, but they will adjust to the best of their ability so they look nice. In my case, I really like this graphic that I made myself some time ago. So let's move into the next options, like the header. The header is the header logo, and the header background corresponds to this section of your online store. This is the logo, and this is the background that is behind a black layer. So I will use the logo here. I will change things a bit. We have a new logo, so let's use that one. And open the store. And now we're showing up on my own customer site. And let's go back and now add a header background. For the header background, I would like to use, let's use the same graphic that I used here, but expand it. Okay, give me one moment. Let's use a taco because I really love tacos here. So let's use this taco background. Looks really nice. And open the store, and we'll see the background behind the black layer that we have, that this is to improve contrast, and we will see my new logo showing up here. Now let's go into accent colors. This is very important because as the others are just aesthetic and do not require to be readable, the rest of the website will need to be readable for people with problems with color tones or are colorblind. So we will need to be very specific about the contrast values to make it a readable experience. So there is an indicator here They will let you know when the contrast value is above or below 4.5, that is ADA compliance. So for example, here my contrast ratio is 5.28. So if I go here to the color selector and start moving around, I'll start having problems, or I will have an indicator that everything is good to go. I have to be really careful with the color I choose, and this is just because we need you to avoid any kind of lawsuit on your website, because we want people to be able to access and feel like they're included too on our website readability. Next, we will move into the next section, that is order management, but there are other things that ADA compliance apply for, and that is on the further options that we will check on inventory. But let's move to order management now to talk about other features that could help you improve or have a better operation timings or better management of your orders. Now let's review our order management features, starting with the order cap that will let you limit how many orders can you receive in a certain period. So let's say that during lunch times you have a very busy day and you can keep up because your staff is very limited. So we can select a daily schedule for this order cap and have it happen between your lunchtime or preferred time. Specify an interval of time, maybe 30 minutes or every 15 minutes, and add how many orders you want to receive every 30 minutes. So this will be effective during the time that you specify. So let's set up something for my time. Let's set up 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Nice. And what I would do, or actually what I will do is to modify this a bit. Let's set this for tomorrow and update it. And during that time tomorrow, I will only be able to place 2 orders every 30 minutes from 5 to 11 p.m. on Thursdays. So you can be real specific and create many of these, and you can have multiple of these slots as if you had it on your custom preparation times. So I will open the store and make an example right now. Let's go to the checkout page and let's schedule it for tomorrow at 5 p.m. Just let me select the payment on my mall credit card. Let's place it. And now what I will try to do is to set up another order for the same time slot and see if I can keep ordering until I reach the limit. Let's go ahead, check out, schedule for later, tomorrow, 5 p.m. I'll add my payment. And let's do the third order and see if my order cap works. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Now, I will receive a notice now that says the merchant cannot serve the order on the selected time slot. We will have to select the next 30 minutes to be able to place my order on a Thursday. So I will go ahead and select a different time slot. Select 5:30 and I'm able to go through the checkup again. So right now I can check it out or I can just change it. There is actually another time slot there that I would like to try. That is 5:15. And nope, I cannot place my order because it's respecting my 30 minutes interval. So this is a great way to make your work lighter and to avoid having so many orders that you can't manage. Then it is the order rollover. This will work with the rollover that you already have with Clover, that with every new order, you will be able to restart your count after a certain number. For example, I want only 100 order batches. So I will put here 100, and when I reach the order number 100, my order count on my reports will start reporting again from 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, and on. And if I go to rollover and do the auto rollover, this will be creating the counts based during the whole day. So if I close at 12 or 11:59 p.m. and we're the next day, my numbers will restart again automatically from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have dynamic preparation times. Dynamic preparation times are made to modify the time of preparation that you already have set up with the custom preparation times or with your base preparation time that we spoke under pickup and delivery setups. So, for example, this is very simple. You just need to enable this. But for example, every $15, I would like to have an extra 10 minutes. This means that if you have a $30 order, you will count 2 times $15 and you will have 20 minutes at the end added to your base preparation time. If your base preparation time is 30 minutes, you will have at the end 15 minutes to prepare this order. Of course, this will be adjusted depending on how you see or how you perceive time, and what is a huge order or what is a small order will depend totally on what kind of business you have. So for just to show you, I will add here that every $50 you should add 20 minutes. So let's save this right now. Also, let's turn this off for now, so I don't want it to mess with my slots. Let's open store and let's see how much I'm spending here. Just $18. So let's add more things until we reach the $50 threshold. Now I have an order for $72. I will go to the checkout page, and here, please, there is another notice. Please note additional prep time is needed for your order, and it should be ready between 8:28 p.m. and 8:48 p.m. So I have an extra 20 minutes interval here that I can use to prepare my items, and people will know exactly, or will know at least, there is a range of time to wait for. If I were to add something else and I reached about $100, my time should be modified right now. So let's just refresh a bit. And now I will have from 8:28 p.m. to 9:08 p.m. That is 40 minutes more so than my original base preparation time. So this is a good way to estimate or to have a better approximate to what the actual preparation time should take on your kitchen. So this will give you a lot of relief, and a lot of people use it right now. So this is a great way to make a more accurate, a more realistic waiting times for you and your kitchen staff. Now let's move on into our inventory menu. The inventory consists in three major sections: categories, items, and modifiers. You should be really familiar with it if you already managed to create your own inventory in Clover. This is only taking what you have on your Clover account, and everything should fall in the rightful place if it is a category, item, or modifier. So all your categories, or the categories you already know, should be also here. So the first thing, maybe it is a bit unpolished, so we'll be correcting this here with ease. So let's ignore the first two buttons. I will explain them in a bit. Expand all and collapse all buttons are important just because if you take into consideration how large is your menu, maybe you will want them to be expanded or collapsed. But this could be also something that you can work on if you have a description or if you have an image to let people know what kind of things or what kind of food that category is about. Because it could be a breakfast menu, it could be a big salads, but yeah, like what kind of taste I can have through my eyes. So this is really important for people to know and to have a more appealing, a more kind of enthused decision to take an order. This really affects a lot of how people perceive food. So it's really important that you use every single tool that we have here. So how to reaccommodate your menu is really easy. There's a search category and this category list that is literally a drag and drop. So there's no biggie, you just need to reorder the way you need it. In this case, I would like to have breakfast all day at the top. So we'll just take breakfast all day and put it at the top. And this should immediately reflect on my menu. There it is. There are other options that it will depend on each category. If you notice, if I click on breakfast all day, the center panel and the panel in the far right will also have some settings that I can use. But for the moment, let's say that I want to remove certain categories because the first thing wasn't polished and I don't want a lot of things here. So I'll remove old-fashioned milkshakes, sandwiches, let's remove specialties and shareables. And now I will just need to update. And now there's no specialties, there is no shareables, and the other menu stuff that I removed. This is really easy to perform. It is literally something that you can also do on your Clover point of sale system with the app that we have there. We will talk about that in a different video. And now I would like to see what other features I have for every single category. I have you can actually add an image to every single category so people know what kind of food you're selling. In this case, this is a breakfast. So I will add something that is more of a kind of a visual thing instead of an actual food, just for demonstration. And there's an important factor here. I cannot use any image. I need to set an image and also a description because just as a reminder, our websites are ADA compliant, so this will save you a lot of money and time trying to figure out how things should work. We just need an image description to tell people what is this image about or what is this category about. So this is about eggs and bacon. So let's just set it up like that. So voice agents can read it and other tools can make use of this description so people with disabilities can or will know what kind of things we have there. So this is a very easy transaction. You already added this image here, and now there's one button related to this image that is always show category image that will work in a way that immediately people will see the image instead of having to expand the whole menu to make that work. So let's just see the example here. Breakfast all day, it is collapsed, and the image is here. Looks really nice, but normally this will be hidden from people. So if I click always show category image, this should kind of show only or just a sneak peek of just the image. So let's update this as many times as possible. Okay, there it is. There's no expanding category, but my image is already there. So this is really nice so people know from first sight what they're buying. We have the out expand. This is for each category. When you click expand all or collapse all, this button will be turned on or turned off automatically. So there it is. And that's it. Sort order is the same thing that you're doing here. If you see, if I change my breakfast all day, it is changing numbers of sort order. Maybe there is a very long list of categories and I cannot just simply, drag and drop something. So maybe I will want to take this and instead of put, or try to drag and drop it, I will just put 0 as the higher position. And when I open my store, my cocktails will be at the top. So there's easy ways to polish your menu from here. There's a description section that will let you format certain text here. For example, cocktails. Let's put it in bold. And let's change the format here. Turn on bold, save description, and they should show immediately too on your menu. Cocktails number 1, 2. If you want to add any detail that you think or deem important for people to know, for example, if people is allergic or not, this is another thing that we'll see on other sections. So, and the last one that is very, very important for us is the limit time availability, because you'll have many options to introduce different menus for the day or for specific dates. So let's say breakfast all day. Of course, I want this to be during breakfast time. So it won't be all day, but I will have a limited time and I will have more space to restock or just to think about what other menus I can use. So let's limit this by time on a daily basis. And let's make this start from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Once I added this, when I open my store, I see breakfast here. I won't have the menu because the time is over. It is 7:30 p.m. Let's open my store. And my breakfast menu has disappeared. How do I let people know that I have a breakfast menu? Now we will go back to the first 2 buttons, and when it says show an available category, I can enable this and let people know that I have a breakfast menu, but it will be available at a certain time. If I expand this, available daily on 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. And this is not something I can add to my cart right now. But maybe I want to set it up for tomorrow. So let's see if selecting a different time here will actually let me order. And yes, because this is breakfast time, I'm able to select the next day menu for breakfast and only between the hours that it is supposed to work on. If I go here and select 10:15 a.m., that won't let me actually make an order. So this is very nice because you can even set up specific days of the week or a specific date. So for example, if I have an Independence Day menu, I can set it up for the specific date I want. And the menu should not show anymore unless it is Independence Day. Let's just update this. And I'll need to remove. Let's see if it is not updating. Okay. Let's try to select something from here. Items below will be removed from the cart because they're not available on April 20th. So this is a really nice way to limit people from ordering or try to ordering something for special events. And you can even just remove the show unavailable category on those. This is something that will help you a lot to limit certain items or limited items or special items that you want to sell and try to focus them on the specific days that you want them to be ordered. This would change if I had a future order that will let me order for the 4th of July, but right now I won't do that right now. It's kind of crazy, but you can actually set that up. Now let's move on into the items. Oh, one thing I forgot about categories is that you can actually edit items within the category here. So if you already know that you have some categories that is a little bit messy and you need to reorder the items, you can just go here and start reordering them. This also applies for modifiers. So let's take a look to items. Items will have two, as the same as the categories will have a different, this is not drag and drop, by the way, because it's all just the list of items that you have here. So this is just a full list of items. Items can be modified within the categories for reordering, but here's just the items. So you can focus more on what they are and what do you need to describe of them. So for example, if you have a acai bowl, you will want to add what kind of ingredients are you managing here, if you need a warning, if there's any allergy, if you want an alternate name, maybe acai bowl is not something that many people know, or you want to use a different name. And if you want to limit how much people can order on one single order, so I don't want people to go overboard and just kind of, consume all my stock. So I will have to put a limit to how much they can order or per person. And also you can set an image. Again, this image will need you to add a description so it will be ADA compliant. So some examples of restaurants that actually have done an amazing work trying on every single image, put in descriptions, even alternate languages. I will put it here as an example. Is this restaurant, for example, that they make use of every single tool that we have here. So they have a very nice menu filled with images. And it looks really nice. So this is what you can do with the items here. You can add the warnings. In this case, if I save the warning here and I go to my store and try to look for this Brazil bowl, let's find it here. Sorry, acai bowl. Oh, this seems to not be available. Oh, let's try another one. Let's try what could be available here. Chicken fried steak. Chicken fried steak. Hot. Let's save this. And a limit of 2 per person. And let's go to my store and look for it here. Chicken fried steak. Try this chicken fried chicken. There's a lot of description here. Scroll down for more modifiers. Spirited fried steak with sausage gravy. You can have your selectors or your modifiers here and go ahead with your order. So this is very easy to follow up, honestly. It's just an alternate name. If you want an order quantity limit, your description as the categories, image as well as the categories, and a warning to let people know any details about your items that maybe they need to know immediately, like if it is hot or if it contains some allergens. There's another option here that is upsell. Upsell is a new feature that you can add for every checkout. So maybe if I'm selecting an item from here and I'm finished off, I would like to promote certain items to kind of appear in front of the merchant without being too invasive. So you can use the checkout upsell here to select which ones or which items you want to promote. In this case, I already have my selection here. So you can start upselling certain items that you think will be better or will need to be sold. So here I have my Monster Mash milkshake, strawberry toast, and cookies and cream. So I can add them from here to my cart. This is a nice way to actually promote certain items, and this is within the item section because you already are managing and adding images to everything here. So you will want to make this as appealing as possible. So I would recommend we fill every single feature or every single field that we have here to make it a very good experience. Now let's go to the modifier groups. Modifier groups are as the same as the categories in what interaction is. So right now we have a drop and drag and drop kind of menu. You can turn it off or turn it on depending on what you want or how you want them to show up first. And they will have their own alternate name too if you want. This is the name that will show on the store. And if you have any input or warning,
now let's talk about our next
there's a modifier that is dangerous for certain people.
And hours.
So you will
starting
have
with announcement.
to be very
This
specific
is a very simple
or try
tool to create
explain
a pop-up
what your
window
modifier
with
is about.
information that you will want.
These
your
also
customers
come
to know,
without
be it for a
expanding
warning,
features,
be it
and
for
this
a
is because
holiday
you could have
coming up,
maybe a
or
pizzeria
for
could
new
have
promotions, or
a
new
lot of
products that you
modifiers.
want
There's a
to
modifier
show
for
there.
a half,
So an example of this would
the
be
left
this
half of the
restaurant that I
pizza
already
and
have
for the
here,
right half
that
or for the
already
whole
has
pizza.
this
So you will
boneless
have a
shrimp
lot of
ribs, rice,
variations
latest
here.
back,
So you will
with a
want to
beautiful
make that
image
really
of
clean
what's happening here,
and to not
and
hinder
you
your
could add
customers
links
from
to your
ordering
website
and to make sure that they
to
can
your
order
codes
something.
or promotion codes.
In this
etc.
example, we
You can
have
use it
some
for
modifier
as
lists.
many things
They
you
will
need,
use
even for
minimums
asking for ID
to let you order
for the
after
credit
you
card use
selected
if you
one
want
of those.
to decrease the
There
chances
are
of a
others
fraud.
that are completely
Things
required.
like that are
Like
very
this
useful
one
to
is
have
asking you
at
to
the restaurant.
select
So
minimum
let's set up
or at
something
least
really
2
shortly.
of them to continue with your order.
So always
In this
show
case,
up will help
it
me
is very
to
strict.
always
It is just 2.
kind of
There is
half
no
of the
more,
announcement
no less.
somewhere so they can revisit it. And enable pop-up
And if you
will
notice,
give that effect
there
of
are
popping up from
quantity
the screen.
modifiers.
So this is very,
so if
very
you select mac and
easy to
cheese and
understand.
you want
The
2
title,
of them,
welcome
you can select 2 of them
to
and still
Orderspoon.
comply with what is being asked for this order to be made.
Orderspoon. Let's use an image.
So
the
here
logo.
you have the modifier groups.
And
These are all created in your Clover
visit our
account.
page.
Just remember that if you want to add,
we
remove
can set up
completely,
here
or kind of change other stuff or pricing, you will need to do this on your Clover account.
For Leaf
So let's go here under the modifier list,
or if we don't want it,
that
please
every
search
single
page.
group has.
We can create a link with this little
You will be able to set up a
and
maximum
let's set it up
quantity
for
of how
Leaf
much people can
Labs.
order for every single
and
modifier here. For example, I want people to
visit a new
select
window.
mashed potatoes, but there's just a
And
maximum
preview it.
of
You can preview it
maybe
here.
2
You see the
or
page.
3
the page is
that they can
hyperlinked.
select, so people
So
is
let's save
conscious
this
of what they're
and
asking
open
for,
our store
or
and see
there's
how
no
that goes.
limit. You can be
There
very
it is. Let's
specific
give it a
in
bit of format.
what they
I want
can
it to
do
be
or
header,
not in your
so
modifier
it
section.
looks nicer. And
This
to
is
be
very easy to set up,
in the
honestly.
middle of
It just
my
requires
image.
time because there are a lot of stuff,
You can
a lot of
preview it
things
here,
that you need to see
or you can
one
just
by
open
one
the store
basis.
again.
So this is something that we
In
can
this
definitely
case, the
take
changes
care
are
for
not
you
reflecting.
if you need it, and as we
Let's
see
wait a
fit,
bit for
or as
them.
we know or experience,
And there it is.
with
My link
our
is
long
here,
history of
and it will
making
take
menus.
me to, or should take me to my page in case I'm not going to the page that I expected. It's because my format is wrong, but that could be changed anyway. So this is very easy to set up, and if I want to clear it out, I just need to click on the clear button and save it. And also let's turn this off. When I turn these off, I will just open my store and there should be no announcement no more. Now let's move into the discount section. The discount section is a bit more detailed than the loyalty because this part is code based, so all discounts will be using these codes to make that work, and these codes can be modified by date, if they will start immediately or when to start, if they are going to only be applicable for a date of the week, or if I wanted to apply for delivery or pickup or for both, or if it is a percentage, or if it's going to apply to the whole order. So there's a lot of options here that we can use. So let's set up one of these right now so we can see how this works. Let's create a name first. Let's call it 50% off for beer. Let's create a code 50 beer. This code is of your own making, so you can create whatever code you want, whatever makes it more, appealing to your customers, as if it was some kind of platform like Uber Eats or any other platform that uses coupons. So let's apply this for just a certain few items. I would like this to apply only for beer. So I have Indio, I have Heineken, and I have Coors Light, and I have 3 items selected here, so this is good to go. Let's not limited time. I want it to be for an indeterminate period of time. Let's say a day. Let's say that your restaurant manages to have better prices during Fridays, or in this case, my preferred day, because today is Thursday, I will select Thursday just to make it available. From 12 to 12 a.m. would mean it is 00 hours to 11 p.m. Let's set almost the whole day. Oh, I just disabled this. Let's do it again. Yep, let's do this. Max redemption means how many times can you redeem your discount. So I will use 100 times. It will apply for both pickup and delivery. I don't want to be picky with this because I want to create a link that I can share with everyone. If you want to create a link, you will need to be as open as possible with who's able to reclaim a code. So I will just leave it as pickup and delivery. The discount will be a percentage, but I could use a fixed amount, and it will be a 50%. But I can add a max discount in cash, so I know that maybe 50% is not very good if I have a very huge order. If I have a $1,000 order, they will save $500, so that's a lot of money. So instead, I will just limit it to $50. So whenever my 50% reaches $50, I will just stop giving that discount for bigger orders. User type, any user. I want everyone to be able to redeem this and to redeem it multiple times, so people on Thursday is always ordering beer. Well, let's say our required amount of $20 just to make it worthwhile, and we will just need to create it. There was an error here. I think I already made this one. Oops, I already made something similar, so let's just create it here. Okay, there it is. Yeah, just be careful with the codes. The codes cannot be the same. That was my mistake here, but you will know immediately that you had an error. So let's open the store. Or first, let's just check here on the right all the discounts that I already have, and they are all active. I can just turn them off whenever I want. It doesn't matter about if it started or I need them to end at a certain date. I can just turn them off here. And if I want to just eliminate them, edit them, eliminate them, or create a link from, these are the buttons. In this case, I want to generate a link. This link will serve me really well if I want to make a button on my website, or if I want to create a QR code for people to scan, and they will have this code applying at the end or and during the checkout process. So I will just go here and paste the link, and you'll see here at the top that my discount is here. They're taking that into account. So let's order some beers right now. Come on, and we can, let's order. I have a minimum of $20, so I will have to select 4 and select another. Let's select another beer. And let's go to the checkout page. Today's Thursday. My discount is already applied, so this is great. I already applied it, and the 50% discount is here on the top. And taxes and other fees are not going to be affected by the discounts. They're totally aside from the actual cost of your products. So I can place my order now with a 50% discount. So this is amazing. I can do this for many things and very specific items. If I have a mix between other items, it will only apply for the items I want the discount to apply. So 50% will be applied only for the beers. Doesn't matter if I select other items. So this is a very, very flexible and very nice to have. Honestly, we have people with more than 5,000 usage on their own codes, because this is very consistent, and it's a very nice way to have some alternative to loyalty or the normal points that we already have. So you can also set up discounts on loyalty, and we will find ways to integrate each other. But for now, they're separate entities. But yeah, you can use them for free. There's no cost or extra cost for any of these features. And the next one will be the holiday hours. Basically is which days will you be closed for federal days. They are already set up here, like there's some pre-made holiday hours based on the US calendar, so you can already select those and they will set up automatically. Or you can set up your own holiday. Remember, these days, all these days are which days from what time to what time are you closed, not when you're open. So just to keep that in mind. So if I wanted to be closed today from 5 p.m. till the next day, I will just have to select today's 5 p.m. and end time will be 12 a.m. And also, because I'm not opening, so maybe I will open till 5 p.m. next day. I will have to add the next day here from 12 a.m. that is the first slot until 5 p.m. So after 5 p.m. I'm open. So just to keep that in mind, it is not the same. It is closed hours. It is not open hours, just to let you know that. And whenever I go back to my store, this will appear as closed. So let's just eliminate this. This is very easy. So let's move into the next block of features. Last but not least, let's check into the complementary features for Orderspoon, starting with reports, where you can see exactly how many orders you received throughout a day, week, or month. You can select a period here that is pre-made or set up a custom date range. In my case, I would like to check the last 2 weeks. And here I have my bar graph that I can also convert into a line graph and stack the frequencies here. It all depends on how you want to see or what kind of visuals are easier for you. Let's stick to the bar one, where if you hover over, you will see exactly the number of orders you received that day, and you can filter out the order types: pickup, dining, delivery, DoorDash, if you just click on them. So you can do kind of a zoom in, and you can also just move from other tabs like total sales and average order to see how much they contributed to your total revenue or your total average order. All this information for each order or where it is coming from is just down below. Here you can see every single order you received during that period of time. I specified in my case last year, but let's just make it shorter again. I will have to override this, and you'll have every single order and where it came from and from who. So we have here the date, receipt, the ID of the payment, the rollover on your printed ticket, what kind of order this was, if it was from future or if it was an ASAP order, the type, tip, and total. You can download all this data in a XLX file. It's an Excel file basically that you can download, and you can open in another tab in my case, and you can see here the name of the customer, phone number, and customer email used. You can also filter these using if you want a catering or regular store that I mentioned from the very beginning, or if you want to filter them out by a specific category like pickup, future pickup, all delivery, or dining. And you can download the file as you set it up. So this is very easy to use and very useful, and we always recommend you to pay attention to it, as we are very volume oriented, so you will need to be conscious on when you need to change from plan and when it's more convenient, because you have the chance to switch between plans whenever you want. Now let's move into the QR code generator. The QR code generator is a very nice tool because we know that everybody is looking for a QR code and for their websites to print, to have their menus ready, or just to have their tables as our contactless dining or QR code ordering allows. So you can easily create your QR codes in a way that is really nice to have and clean and with a good design if you want it that way. Like, this will depend completely on the amount of effort you want, but it is very flexible for those kind of things. We have two buttons here, two radial selectors. The store QR code means that you can use the QR code generator with any QR code that you want. In this case, automatically give us the us.orderspoon.com/our-store, or you can use it for contactless dining only. And if you already had a floor plan, you just need to click on the table or space that you're going to use or create a QR code from, and it will generate it automatically here. You can set up the store QR code first, so this is easier for everyone to understand, and we'll create a QR code for our discount. This is also something that we can do that we did from the discount before. We created a link. I'll just paste my discount here. Let's just make sure it's the same. 50% beer. Create. Let's copy that. Now let's go to the QR code generator. Paste it here. And it will generate my QR code for this discount. So everyone scanning this code will get immediately to the Orderspoon page with the discount applied. Beer promo, it's already there. Header size. It's a slide, so this is really nice to have. Subheader, this would be for scan now. And I can also modify the size or the colors. I'll just leave it white. You can show a logo, or you can set up a logo here. This will be my logo container. Logo container is for you. If this is transparent, maybe you will want it to be this way, or to not show at all. To have an outline to prevent your logo to, if it's transparent, just to have kind of the pure color in it and don't have any kind of a thing that could make contrast between the QR code that you see it's all messy. So I'll just have a logo container or have a logo outline that is thick enough, like this one. Where do you position your logo here? At the center of your QR code or at the bottom of your image or promotional image? brief description. Let's change its color to white. For beer product only. For the sender. And you can set up a background of your choice too if you want a solid color, gradient, or an image. I'll leave it as is right now. And you can, you can set your own background or just leave it as is. And you can print it, convert it to an image, to edit it on a different place, and or just the plain QR code. If I click on QR code, I will just download the plain QR code here. I can print it if I already have a printer on my side that I can make use of, or I can just convert it to an image. This will be a PNG image that I can use with a very nice quality, so it is not blurry, or it's a good printing quality too. And that's it. This is a QR code generator. You can use it for whatever you want, actually, even for your own website. Now we have live orders. That is just a report version that will give you like a different view of your orders. Orders coming through live will actually set up a notification here. Maybe you are not near your point of sale system and you're at home, or you're at a different place, or at an office, or whatever. But this would be kind of a way to see your orders coming through. For example, right now, I don't have any orders yet, so let's just make sure this is the correct date. I had some orders already, so let's just place an order for you to see it. Let me just change the view, so I'll place my order here. Well, I'll just see my screen. Let's place the order. Processing payment, let's just wait. And my new order is ready. So whenever I want to check on my new orders, this will start popping up here. And I can reject the orders from here. I can cancel those orders. For a canceled order, fraudulent charge, or other, I can select a reason and just cancel the orders on time before they arrive. So this is a very nice way to have control if you're not near your Clover station and you are on your mobile device, or if you are on a desktop computer. Then we have the customer list that is basically telling you all the customers and what kind of orders they had, and how many orders they ordered already, or how many points they have on their loyalty system, so you can aim certain discounts or certain awards to them eventually, or if you want right now. So you can download all this information from here of all your customers. So this is really nice for you to keep track of who's very loyal to you, or which new customers you have, etc. Kitchen display. Our kitchen display is a whole new system that will help you to show up your orders if you don't have printers, or if printers are very messy, or you need a more organized operation in your kitchen. You will really like our kitchen display that also has a 30-day free trial. Our kitchen display information is on our page. We provide a hardware for you to use, and it's really nice to have. So I would recommend it just because we have an integration with kitchen display in which your customers will receive an SMS message whenever your orders are done. You can click done on the orders, and the orders will disappear from the screen. And those orders will send the SMS message to your customers so they know immediately. Maybe if you had a lot of the time that we made due to our dynamic preparation time, there's like 1 hour preparation and you were finished within 30 minutes, and you want to make sure your customer knows that it's already done so the food doesn't get cold. So this is a really nice tool. I would really recommend checking it. So please, if you have any other questions, please go ahead and call us back. We have 2 buttons here for FAQs And we have another for feedback if you want to request a feature or if you have any problems with your online ordering platform. In the next video, we'll set up your printers. This will be a completely different one. I have a lot of segments here, so sorry if it took too long, but I think it's worth to explain everything in detail so you can use it at its max. So thanks a lot for your attention. Thanks for watching. And please remember that you can call us at our 650-681-0400 number. And have a wonderful day. Thanks.